Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And welcome to another episode of our Card Spotlight series in which I highlight a card that I think should see more play in Commander. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Redemption Choir. For 2 colorless and 2 white, it's a creature vampire cleric 3/3 with lifelink and Coven. Whenever Redemption Choir enters the battlefield or attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I wanted to highlight this card because it's been performing very well for me in my Kellen deck, and because of this I've been trying it out in a few different decks and it's been working very well in most of them, and the reasons are pretty clear. So this is a very similar card to Sun Titan for 2 mana less. It does have some differences and it's obviously weaker in certain regards, but in many ways it is a cheaper Sun Titan, and that is something that definitely merits being looked at. So let's very quickly analyze this card. The first difference with Sun Titan is that it has lifelink. Now that can be better or it can be worse depending on the kind of board state. The vigilance on Sun Titan is very nice because you can stop people from attacking you, and obviously you've got 6/6 of stats, which is much more powerful. However, in a smaller, less developed board state, this can be very strong too because it's still giving you a 6-point life swing, and if you have any sort of life gain synergy in the deck, then this just becomes much better. Moving on to the second part of the card, we have the Coven restriction. That does mean that you need to have 3 different creatures with different powers, which obviously isn't always going to be the case, and if you've just been board wiped and you're top decking this, then this is a lot worse than Sun Titan. Sun Titan after a board wipe is amazing, whereas Redemption Choir after a board wipe can be a little bit iffy. However, that not being the case, in a normal situation where you got a couple of creatures out on the board, this is going to trigger when it comes into play, and you're getting back the exact same kinds of cards that you could be getting with Sun Titan. That is a permanent card with mana value 3 or less, and if you do manage to trigger it immediately, that is a huge swing in tempo. Of course, then we're going to be able to trigger it every time it attacks. That should be a lot more doable than triggering it when it enters the battlefield, and it's again very similar to the Sun Titan trigger, although that one of course is unconditional. So the question here isn't really whether this is better than Sun Titan. I think Sun Titan will still have the edge due to the fact that it is unconditional in what it does and it does have better stats, but we're not really looking to see which one is better. We're looking to see if we can get another redundant version of the Sun Titan ability, and that's where I think this shines. This is going to be very good as an extra copy of Sun Titan in decks that really want that. Obviously in a deck centered around permanents with mana value 3 or less, like my Kellen deck, this becomes very, very powerful because it's basically going to be able to return almost your entire deck from the graveyard to the battlefield, and it's also going to be much better in a deck that can meaningfully recur it over and over, because that means you can swing with this into boards where it would die, since you can just recur it anyway and then get to trigger the first ability again. In any case, I think it's a fairly powerful card and it's pleasantly surprised me, so I hope you give it a try. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel, and until next time, take care.